All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about what happened today on the stock market and what happened with some brokerages like Robinhood. And unfortunately, whatever happened behind the scenes in these institutions, they decided to shut down trading for some of these big moving stocks like GameStop, Blackberry, AMC, and more. Now, there are a few different reasons why this could have happened. Unfortunately, none of them are okay. It doesn't matter what reason they decide to go with in the end. They've already released a few statements, which I will read. None of them matter. All of what happened was still highly problematic and honestly should be legal and might be illegal. There might be lawsuits coming at Robinhood and other brokerages in the coming days and weeks. Now, one thing to note, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. These are just my opinions and some of my thoughts around the subject. And we're going to get into some of the facts of what you should do. Should you switch brokerages? Which brokerages should you go to maybe if that's something you want to do? And where we go from here, because there's going to be a lot of changes on the stock market after this happened. You know, I've been doing this for about 3 years since I was 18. So I've seen a little bit, not a lot, because I don't have enough experience. I haven't been around long enough to experience some of the other things like 2008 firsthand. But there's going to be a lot of changes from this, and a lot of the new people getting in on this in the last few days because of the hype around Wall Street bets are hurting a lot at this very moment. Luckily, it might recover tomorrow. People will have a chance to get out. That's a potential. Maybe it'll change by the time I post this video, but let's just jump right into this and start with the fact of Wall Street bets. What happened? Why did it happen? And where is it going? Wall Street bets has been making a lot of crazy moves for a long time, and one move in particular caught a bunch of momentum and a lot of people's eyes, and that was GameStop. A lot of people started going in heavy on GameStop because they realized that hedge funds were shorting it to an insane amount that honestly shouldn't even be legal. Long story short, people started buying up the shares, buying up calls, planning on GameStop to rise a huge amount, bigger than most people could dream of, in hopes that it would force these hedge funds to lose a lot of money because, again, they were betting on it going down. With that being said, it did start to explode. It went literally from within like $3 in the last few months all the way up to at a high point $500. But at this high point, when the market was opening the next morning, Robinhood and a few other brokerages decided that they were going to stop people from being able to purchase GameStop. That means all the people that were counting on it riding higher and higher and wanted to get in were not allowed to buy it. Now, with that being said, this scared a lot of people. This also happened pre-market, so a lot of normal people like you and me couldn't even invest if we wanted to anyways. We couldn't sell, we couldn't buy, and the prices were going down. After they put the lock on buying so no one could buy, it shot down even further. You could only sell your shares. Now, how does that make sense? You can only sell your shares. They wanted to reduce the risk that people had with GameStop. They didn't want you to lose money. They didn't want their customers to lose money, is what they said. So to do that, they restrict your ability to make decisions for yourself. And while GameStop might shoot up tomorrow, you don't even have the chance to buy today because that's just not an option anymore because they turned it off. How does that reduce your risk when you can't make moves that you want to make yourself? The plans that you have in place, the things that you decided you want to do are locked off because some person high up in some business decided you're not allowed to do that because this is what I want to do. Now, once again, there could be many reasons for this. One, they want to reduce your risk. That's not what happened. There's no way that's what happened. Otherwise, they would have done that for option plays when Wall Street bets a year ago would lose $100,000 in one day on an options play. They don't care about you losing money because that was happening all along. What likely happened is they have friends, those hedge funds that were betting on it going down. Someone's whispering in someone's ear. Maybe someone is forcing someone's hand, right, to make this call. Who knows what happens? I'm sure there will be plenty of reports coming out over the next few weeks about what happened as the lawsuits go on. But somebody was making this all happen behind the scenes and telling Robinhood, telling all these other companies, stop this. We are losing so much money. These rich, big people are losing so much money. We need to stop this no matter what it is. Stop letting people buy it so they can't run the price up higher. So as consumers, obviously, this makes you think, how would that ever be fair? I can't even make decisions for myself. What am I supposed to do with that if I can't even make the plays I want to play? Some platforms like Fidelity, they let you buy GameStop the whole time. So this wasn't just across the board a decision, stop letting investors buy GameStop. No, This was a decision made by individual people across different sectors. They decided, we're not going to let you trade it. Others decided, well, of course you're allowed to trade it. It's your money, it's your shares. Where did Robinhood go wrong there to decide that we're going to take that privilege away from you? Not even a privilege, that's just something that should be a basic right. You can do what you want with your own shares. Anyways, this started a boycott on Robinhood, making a lot of people want to change brokerages to somewhere like Fidelity where they didn't restrict your access whatsoever. Now the problem is, while this is all happening, you have two options. To get to a new brokerage, you either have to transfer your shares, which is going to take like a week or two. And while there's so much up and down in the market, right, so many moves being made, if your shares are kind of frozen in transition for about a week or two, you could be missing out on a lot of gains. You could be ruining your portfolio as it's crashing down and you can't get out, you know? There's two sides to that. And the other option is sell off all your shares and then transfer your money and rebuy them. Now, this is a pretty poor option, or at least position to be in, because that means, one, you either have to sell off all your shares, you have to deal with capital gains. If you were wanting to hold things, you might have to pay things earlier than you wanted. Maybe you wanted to hold GameStop for 3 years. You're being forced to sell your shares, pay capital gains, reallocate that money. Also, selling your shares, it's going to take a few days for the funds to be available for you, so you're still going to have to wait a few days to transfer that money over to different accounts. You have to rebuy in. Maybe you'll buy in at a different position that's higher than what you wanted. There's a whole mess there as well. The point is, you shouldn't have had to make a choice like this in the first place. Robinhood should have let you do what you want with your shares because they're your shares. And there's a ton of people, Elon Musk, AOC, a ton of other senators and representatives are talking about this and actually siding with the littler guys, saying, how could you restrict this? We're going to look into this and see what's happening. We need to investigate Robinhood, and rightly so. It needs to be investigated. Unfortunately, people get away with this type of thing so much, and there might just be enough momentum riding on this one that something will happen. Now, Robinhood did since release yet another statement after hours, once again, when you can't even buy anything. They said tomorrow, as in Friday, we will maybe kind of let you buy in limited quantities of these. No one knows, who does that mean? What does that mean? Limited quantities? Can you only buy one share? Is every person going to be allowed to buy a maximum of 5? Is it limited as in only a few select people are going to be able to buy? No one really knows. So we're going to have to see what that means tomorrow. And that's another yet terrible thing. Why do we not know? Why can they not tell us what that means? Why can't they tell us what that means? Why can't they just open it back up to how it was with everybody managing their own assets? Because once again, it's not about trying to protect you. They wouldn't have let you YOLO your life savings on a $10,000 call and that expires in a week and might be worthless. You know, it's not about saving you money or caring about you. They don't care about that. It seems like they're defending the bigger guys that are losing billions and billions of dollars. So that's kind of the situation. Now, the quick recap would be, where do you go from here? Unfortunately, as I said, liquidating your account, moving over to a different brokerage, or transferring your shares is going to take time. It might lose you money. It might get you stuck. With that being said, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. So this is just kind of my thoughts, maybe what I'm going to be doing, because I don't even know what I'm going to be doing necessarily. But I don't want to take all that time transferring all my money over, liquidating all these things while everything is so volatile. So unfortunately, for now, I am going to be sticking with Robinhood just because it would be harder to move out, which is a terrible position to be in. However, when things do calm down, when I get out of some of these positions that I want to get out of and things are a little bit more stable, I will be moving to a different platform, because this is a precedent that they set that I don't want to be anywhere near when this is all said and done. So guys, what do you think about this situation? How do you think all this came to be? Who do you think was making some of these calls? And how does it make you feel? Because it made so many people so terribly angry, because they're restricting your money. They're mad that they're losing for once after manipulating so much, that the little guys are actually winning. And people are taking notice. Even younger people, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds that haven't really messed with the stock market, are wanting to prove a point. And some people don't even care about the money at this point. They just want to prove a point. So how do you feel? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you did enjoy this video. We will be making plenty more videos probably on this subject for the coming weeks, maybe even months. And as well, drop a like if you did enjoy. And finally, follow me on social media. Stay up to date with some of this stuff. I will try to be a little more active on social media so we can engage in conversations. And with that being said, I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Peace.